is there somebody out there that can tell me one thing that this government has run efficiently other than their mouth?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today because our freedoms are under assault. We are under the heel of a socialist trending thug government. These people do not respect us. They despise us. They see us as someone that's kicked to the curb to continue on with the United States. I've got news for you. There are some things worth fighting for. Some things worth losing my lunch break for. Driving for 15 minutes to get here. Being able to stay for 10 because I got to get back. Folks, this is not a Democrat versus Republican issue. This is a freedom-loving American versus sleeping American. This Attorney General, Mr. McDaniel, you're in an elective office, and I respect your office, sir. But let's not make this a partisan political issue. The people in this nation are not aware of what this health care bill and the other abuses actually contain. It will gradually dawn on them, and our numbers will swell. You will not be able to trample us anymore. I urge you, Mr. Attorney General, to please put aside the partisanship. Don't be afraid to join with others just because they have an R after their name. This is for the pride of America. Let not those who died to preserve and protect our freedoms have died in vain. This nation is strong because of the people that live in it. Not because our political system is the best, necessarily, but because the people that fill those offices have loved their nation. We love our nation, and we're not going to go down without a fight. Thank you.
For the people that just arrived, like I said, we want to thank you so much for turning out today. This was a long in on your lunch hour and basically protest the decision of the Attorney General on he decided not to file a lawsuit against this unconstitutional health care. He thought it was frivolous, and so too frivolous to do, but we're asking our elected officials to stand up and to defend our Constitution.
For China, that my children are going to be paying interest on and taxes for the rest of their lives. Inside of this health care bill, there is a student loan thing where they are taking over the student loans into the federal government. The money they think they're going to save, they're only going to give to minority schools. I'm not against minorities, but it should be equal. Also, the federal government can borrow the loans, borrow the money they're going to loan to our children for 2%. They're going to loan it to our children for 6%, and they are going to pocket the rest. All of that interest is going to go into this health care bill to pay for people our age, not for people their age. And then they're going to have to buy health care on top of that. There's no way our kids can afford this debt. Thank you.
Thank you. Handouts are not charity. Charity cannot be forced. And it is not social justice. Just ask the people that are having money taken from them. It's not just for them. And the final thing I want to say is I will protect my children's freedom by any means necessary. All right, now let's have the kids come up here for just a second. All the kids, you don't have to say anything. Just come on up here for just a second. Hey, let's get this done. And I want you to look into those sweet little faces and tell them that you're not going to fight. Because they are depending on us. These kids, I'm a grandmother. I have 3 grandchildren. And I want to say right now, there is no way that I'm going to sit by on the sidelines and have our Constitution squashed. Because I know that our religious freedom relies on our Constitution. Our country's freedom relies on the Constitution, and anyone that wouldn't defend the Constitution is going to go straight to socialism. That's where it's headed. So we've got to keep our Constitution in place, and we've got to keep the government from just basically becoming so bloated that the government employs more people than there is actually jobs. I mean, right now, I cannot believe how bloated the government is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, our governor had, oh my goodness, thousands of jobs this year that he put on the government tab. Now, we are here because we are protesting big government. That's one of the main things. So we've got to do something to back off that government. And it's we the people. Remember, that's our motto. We the people here in the state of Arkansas. The people rule. And let me say, this type of gathering is going to be necessary. I feel like this is just the beginning of us having to assemble and give the government and redress our grievances, because we've got to petition for this right. And that's what we're asking our Attorney General to do today, is to release our constitutional amendment that we have on his desk that gives us freedom of choice on this health care, where we are not forced to have to purchase government-run health care.